How old are you, Miss Townsend, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm about 93, 4.
Okay, so you were born in
1919.
In 1919, September 4th.
Right.
Were you born in?
I was born in Brunswick, Georgia.
Brunswick, Georgia. Okay.
That's where my mother and daddy was living.
Uh-huh.
He was working at some kind of plant or something there.
Okay.
And they got married, and she got pregnant and had me, and they come on. He wasn't there long.
Uh-huh.
He come on back to Wakulla County and been here ever since.
Okay.
My mother and father was Maddie and Bill Sanders.
Maddie and Bill Sanders. Okay. All right. So you were originally a Sanders. Your maiden name is Sanders.
Yeah.
I heard this interesting story about your husband, Mr. Townsend. Is it Cleo?
Cleo Leroy Townsend.
Cleo. They call him CL for short, right? Okay. Now, you two married, but you had to do it in a secret way. Is that correct? A secret?
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you have to do a secret marriage?
Because I was in training.
Okay, nursing training.
Nursing training, and I couldn't, and they didn't allow that.
Really? Okay. So what year was it that you got married? Do you remember?
Oh, gosh. No, I don't even remember.
I have 1939.
That's about right.
1939. Okay. Now, he became the school superintendent in Wakulla County.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for him and you as his wife?
Superintendent? Oh, he was happy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he liked working with the students and everything?
Well, see, when he got to be superintendent, there was just some things that was going on that he didn't think was exactly what should be going on. It wasn't improving the education in Wakulla County.
Got it.
And Leroy was really a educator. He believed in things being done right. He was very happy when he was there. How many years did he teach? Gosh, I don't really remember.
I heard this story that he had invited his class over to the house to listen to President Roosevelt's address about the war with Japan. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? What was that like?
Yeah. We were living in what we call Bethlehem, Florida.
Bethlehem, Florida.
And we were living, they had what they call a teachery building there for teachers to live in. And fortunately, we had the back apartment, in the building. It was a big building with a hall in the center, and they had 2 apartments on each side. We had the apartment on this back side, and I could go to the window and see him in the classroom back there.
Okay.
So that's where we were, and so all the students had to do was come in the house, and we had the radio and all for them to hear the speech.
Wow. So a lot of people didn't have radios at that time, did
Right.
they? That's what made your home special, was the fact that you also had the radio there.
Yeah.
Something called the sugar allotment.
Yeah.
What was that about?
What was that? They had an allotment. Everybody was 5 pounds of sugar, I believe it was.
So they had to ration out the sugar?
Well, we were in the store then.
Okay.
And we had to buy so much sugar at each time. And then we had to make a list of who bought sugar and how much they bought.
Wow. Okay.
And if I recall, they could only have 5 pounds per family or something like that.
It's a different world now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a different world. Your husband also worked with State Representative Bobby Russ to create a legislation that started a school that's very popular now, a small college. Can you tell me about that? Tallahassee Community College? Did he work with him to help draw up the legislation for that?
Yeah, I don't know what all went on with that.
But he did have a hand in that.
Yes, he did.
Now, you mentioned the store earlier.
Let's see, what did Leroy do? He was working between Sock Chop and Crawfordville School. That's the way they had it.
Mm-hmm.
As ag teacher, as a vocational ag teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And Alden Oaks, you remember him?
Alton Oaks?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He had this store across from the, it was a courthouse. We were in a store that Alden Oaks had right in front of the courthouse.
Okay. Okay.
That's where we were at.
Is that
and
close
we
to
lived in the back of the store.
pharmacy over in the area some years
Yeah,
later?
that's right.
Is that the same building?
No,
It's right beside it?
no, I think it's all.
It's all been changed.
Built, yeah.
Rebuilt over. Okay. So you had the store there. What was that experience like having the store there?
It was fun.
It was fun. What made it fun?
Well, it's just different, and you got to see everybody, and you knew everybody, and all that kind of stuff, you know.
The community feeling is still there, but it's not as strong as it seems it may have been before. What was the community like back then?
Back then,
Uh-huh.
everybody liked each other, and everybody had fun. That's all I can say. Or at least I did.
Okay. What kind of things did they do for fun? I mean, here everybody runs to Tallahassee to go to the movies or something like that. But what did they do here for fun at that time?
I really don't know, because we were in the store
Uh-huh.
and working most of the time.
Okay.
But I'm sure they were on the farm and places like that, you know.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
they used to. We were in a store there,
Mm-hmm.
and the building next to that, I forgot who would rent movies and have it on Friday night or something like that.
Uh-huh. Do you remember what type of movies they would show? Any of the names of the movies?
No.
Like, you were the first person selected Citizen of the Year in 1986 in Wakulla County with the Board of Chamber of Commerce here in Wakulla County. What did it feel like for you to get that honor?
Well, I felt real proud, but I was humble. I didn't let it go to my head.
I got you.
I really appreciated the fact that the people appreciated me that much. And I didn't know. I just took it as something that had happened to my life.
That's great. Now, you had quite an interesting life, too, as far as caregiving is concerned.
Yeah.
Now, you were a registered nurse. I think in Wakulla it was around 30-something years that you served the community here. But you were a nurse for a few years longer than that, correct?
I was trying to think when I went in training, because I wanted to be a nurse. And I found out that I could work and pay my way and be a registered nurse.
Got it.
I didn't want to do it and be halfway in it, or something. I wanted to be a registered nurse where I was able to work anywhere and anyhow I had to.
Got it. Got it. Now,
So that's what happened.
you not only worked in Wakulla County, but you traveled a little bit as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, they had been traveling. I'd go to Jefferson County, and I set up the program over there and got the girls started. They had been going to Apalachicola, and I went to Madison,
Okay.
and I believe that was about all I went to.
Did you have a lot of help at that time, or were you like the only nurse there for a while?
They usually had one nurse, and I would orientate her.
What it was like to work at the clinic and to be the registered nurse there.
At Wakulla Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was wonderful. I enjoyed it because I was my own boss.
Good.
And I had my clinics, and I had my days I went out in the field, and I kind of tried to organize it as much as I could, what I really knew should be done.
Okay. So when you said you had your clinics, does that mean that you had a specific clinic in each part of the county? Like you?
Yeah, I went to Sopchoppy. If I remember, I don't even remember right. I went to Sopchoppy one day, and I went to Wakulla one afternoon a week.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time I was right there in Crawfordville.
Okay. All right. So what was it like serving the community for you?
Oh, I felt good about it. I tried to be honest with the people. And if what went on in one home, I didn't go to the next home and string it. Say,
Right.
you know how things are
Yep.
like that.
I hear you. I hear you.
So I got along fine.
Good.
I enjoyed it.
Good. The building that was where the original clinic was named in your honor. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Can you tell me about that? How that came about?
I don't even remember.
What did it feel like for you to get that honor from Wakulla County to have an actual building here named in your honor? What was that like?
Well, I tried to just be. I was glad they thought about me like that, but that's about the extent of. I didn't try to make no big issue out of it, and I don't know that I've ever even told anybody.
I love it.
But because you know how it is, some people get a little honor like that, and they just tell the world. And I just wasn't that way.
I hear you. So, when you were a nurse, what was it like for women at that time?
Women?
For women at that time. I mean, you were your own boss. You pretty much had a business going, taking care of people. So you were pretty much a standout. So what was that like for you as a woman to be able to hold the reins to something like that in that particular day and era?
I never did feel no stress about it.
Good.
And I always tried to, if I went to one person's house, whatever happened, it stayed right there.
Got it. Got it.
I never.
You had a job to do, and that was it.
Yeah, and it was for the individuals. I didn't spread no news and gossip and all that kind of stuff.
Got it.
I didn't get involved with that.
What do you love or enjoy most about Wakulla County?
What I enjoy most?
Yeah, what do you love about Wakulla County?
Well, I like the people, and the people seemed to respect me, and it was home. It was close home.
Got it. That's all I want to get from you today.
Okay.